CPI number came out today, and the lie continues. That article, and as we predicted yesterday, because of all the bank failures, we did see rates go down, and they continue to drop. Great time for buyers. All this today on Real Estate Daily. Welcome, everyone. My name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in real estate, housing, and the mortgage markets. Now, I know there's some buyers and sellers out there, and I get some DMs coming in. Hey, Troy, can you give me some direction? Can you help me out? Yes, we can. The first thing I tell people is go down below, hit the link for the buyer's guide, and download that buyer's guide. You're going to get a link. It'll go to a landing page. Enter in your email address, and I'll send you out a buyer's guide. It goes over A to Z, how to deal with a buyer from the beginning of thinking about buying a house, and getting pre-approved, finding the right agent, all the way through, looking at homes and actually writing offers, what to look for when you write offers, and then what's the escrow process, and to make it as smooth as possible. Yes, go down below and then go ahead and get yourself a guide. It's 100% off today. Yeah, I've used that joke before. Yeah, but she wants me to have you guys subscribe as well. So I think she's leading me here, not to the promised land. Let's go to the first one. All right, inflation gauge increases 0.4 in February as expected and up 6% from a year ago. The market celebrated the second this happened, which is crazy to me. You saw actually the crypto market exploded up. Guys, let's be really frank. I mean, anyone out there feel like everything's easing? I thought that after taking a look at it, this was the biggest joke of all time. It says a drop in energy prices helped keep inflation in check while shelter costs increased sharply. Guys, to be very frank with you, if any of you here opened up your heating bill, your gas bill, and you saw in January and February it had gone up 300% from the month before, there's no one believing this chart. No one is believing what the government is putting out anymore. It's just called the CPI lie. We also know here in the West Coast that we saw energy price or fuel prices go up right around 15 to 20% in the last 30 days. How is that possible? And you're saying that energy prices dropped? It's just a lie. And then more importantly, shelter, in which I keep saying shelter is calculated by what? Oh, opinion and not fact. It's just probably the worst of all. They keep changing it every year on how they're calculating this. Let's go back to Paul Volcker in the 80s when he pulled us out of all the mess that we were in. We would be at 15 to 18% right now, and nobody would be voting for the blue team. And this is what they do. Sweep it under the rug, do all the crazy stuff to make it look different. And that's what I love about Twitter the most. It keeps exposing the media and the government for their CPI lie, as well as obviously a bunch of other lies. So let's go right on to mortgage rates. CNBC also came out today and said mortgage rates tumble in wake of bank failures. Hey guys, we know this. We knew it right away. We like that. We see that mortgage rates have gone down. The reason why is that the Fed was going to go 50 basis points. Everyone was banking on it. They had it on that and the craps table, and then all of a sudden this happens, and of course everyone gets dovish. Oh, I'm sorry, people are losing money. Oh, I'm sorry. Guys, these are the risks that we take on a daily basis, and if we plan to have the government bail us out after every single issue that we have, then we are going nowhere, and we're going to rely on the government. They will take over our lives. What I think should have happened is immediately the government should have went after all those analysts, including Jim Cramer, who said, buy this, guys, buy the stock at 300, and then watched it plummet to 100 and just said, there's no problem, there's no problem, there's no problem. It is a lie. There were 20 analysts that they had, I just saw on Twitter, say that 14 of the 20 even said on the week of that this was still a buy opportunity, 6 said hold. No one even said that it had a problem. Why? Well, that's a bunch of problems that we're having here. Nobody wants to give out bad news because the government will be all over you for giving out bad news. It is what it is, but rest assured, watch what happens in the banking sector, you know, in all these regional banks. And I'm continuing to see more and more people not have faith in our government and our banking system. All right, so let's go to the next thing. One thing they did say was going up, and this article right here in Housing Wire just kind of confirms it. It says median U.S. asking rents rise nearly 2% year over year. We keep seeing this go up and up. I know that, you know, right here in Southern California, I have a client and he has a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square foot in Anaheim, and the rents are right at $4,000 to $4,200. He's going to go $4,200. That is an attached home. Think about that. An attached home, $4,200 on a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. These numbers are nationwide, and I get it. I can only believe what they say. My opinion is they're just full of crap. You know, because there's not enough room. There's not enough houses for people. You know, we just reported on last week that Realtor.com said there's 6.5 million homes that are shortage in the United States. But you can't tell me that rent isn't skyrocketing. This is very interesting. If you kind of look at this chart here, it shows that rents are going down. Guys, come on. Seriously. They peaked out somewhere, you know, at the in July, August of last year, and then they've been peaking and going down. I don't know anywhere they're going down, but I can also tell you that there's major cities out there that have stalled rents where you can't raise them, and I think that is playing into some of these charts. But they don't tell you that the city of LA and the city of San Francisco has put rent freezes on for 3 to 4 years. So anyone owning property in those cities know that you haven't been able to raise rent. So why aren't those involved? Because those are all going to be part of the opinion to keep these numbers down. And I don't believe these numbers whatsoever. I think they're just not correct. They're not correct. They are skewed because the government is allowing, they're putting freezes on you and me and anyone else that owns property in major cities. All right, let's jump into the actual rates. Yesterday, closing at 5 p.m., like we talked about, we saw conventional go down 15 basis points to 6.5. Then we saw a big drop in jumbo as well, going down 13 basis points to 6.47. You know, and it looks like it tightened up a little here. FHA went down 12 basis points to 6.42. I called a bunch of my buyers. I told them about it. Got them really excited about going back out and looking for homes, especially in this environment. We're seeing it. You can see that the actual dip in this chart right here, you know, right there, you're seeing it kind of just drop right down, right? And I think that we're going to kind of flatten out here in the next few days, because next week the Fed is going to meet, right? And when they meet, then we're going to find out if there's a 25 basis point or a 0 basis point raise. We're going to see, I think the next 6 or 7 days is going to tell us whether another bank or two are going down. I think there's a bank called Republic that stopped doing loans. They had really good rates on loans. They stopped doing loans. They froze all their loans, so we're thinking that that's going to the next takeover might be that bank, but who knows? We'll see who rolls up to the Fed window and takes money to keep themselves solvent. That's another way of looking at it. And of course, I've heard many quotes say that the second that a bank has to confirm that they are fine and they don't have any problems is the second that they have all kinds of problems and they're not fine. Interesting. I've heard it from many, many people now, because that's exactly what Forbes said about Silicon Valley Bank just days before. They called them one of the best banks in the United States. It's not Forbes. I'm sorry. It was Forbes. It was Forbes. Fortune. There's no one's fortune there. All right, guys. You guys take care. If you have any comments, leave them below. But if you are looking to get a buyer or seller's guide, please go ahead and enjoy it. It's free. It's 100% off today. Today only. I sound like a used car salesman. All right. Today, tomorrow, the next day. It's all there for you for free. You guys take care, and I will talk to you mañana.